Most people think retirement spending is a number you calculate once. You get to retirement, you determine your expenses, you determine the inflation rate, and that's the number that you're going to use moving forward. The challenge is retirement doesn't work in a straight line. So the real question becomes, how does your spending change over time, and how does your retirement strategy need to evolve with it? When you're working, income and expenses tend to be fairly predictable. You have an idea for what you're bringing in every month. You have an idea for what your baseline expenses are. Planning tends to be fairly linear. When you get to retirement, your time changes and your priorities change. Therefore, your spending patterns tend to change with it. One of the biggest misunderstandings is assuming that retirement spending stays roughly the same every year, just adjusted for inflation. Retirement spending actually tends to move in distinct phases. And when you get to retirement, your needs, your priorities, and your goals change. Your spending patterns and habits tend to change with it. A helpful way to think about these phases is the go-go, the slow-go, and the no-go years. In the go-go years, spending tends to outpace inflation. You have more time, you have more energy, you have resources. You're typically doing the most for the first 10 to 15 years immediately following retirement. Then we have the slow-go years. In the slow-go years, activity starts to slow down, and with this, spending tends to underpace inflation, right? People aren't traveling to Rome in mid-July in their late 70s to walk the Vatican. There's different priorities at that season, so spending tends to be lower than it is during the go-go years. Lastly, we have the no-go years. Now, in the no-go years, discretionary spending is likely at its lowest, but things like healthcare costs, things like long-term care costs, those costs drastically increase the amount you could be spending on a monthly basis. This overall pattern is sometimes referred to as the retirement smile, where spending increases in the first years of retirement, it dips in the middle years of retirement, and then picks back up again in the later years of retirement. This is why retirement spending isn't linear. And assuming just a smooth, predictable, inflation-adjusted spending can really be misleading. When spending naturally changes over time, your retirement strategy needs to be flexible. When people assume that spending just moves in a straight line, every change can catch them off guard. But when they understand that change is normal and expected, those same shifts feel planned, not stressful. When your retirement strategy is built to adapt, change stops feeling like a disruption and starts feeling like a part of the process.